I search thrift stores, Goodwills, garage sales, and more for possible treasures. Then I decide whether to purchase or pass. Watch what I do and decide for yourself. Would you buy it? So my first stop was a Goodwill, kind of your standard Goodwill, nothing particularly special about it. So one of the first things I saw, and I was kind of surprised this caught my eye, I thought it was like a Yu-Gi-Oh thing or one of those sorts of things. It's actually a Manga book set, Deathnote. Obviously, I'm not familiar with it since I can't even pronounce, manga, whatever it might be. I was attracted to it because, again, it looked like it was in really good condition. I know there's people who love this stuff. The box is actually in fantastic condition. The books look essentially unread. So I thought, this is probably a winner. And so I decided to get that. It was $5. I looked on eBay while I was there. I'm thinking probably 50 or so, maybe more if I'm lucky. Looking at some electronics, I saw this kind of odd thing. I had to pick it up to see what it was. It's a cassette eraser, old audio cassettes. It's really heavy. It's got magnets in there to erase it. It was $1. It's from Japan. I have no idea if it's good quality or not. I did look on eBay. Sometimes this stuff sells. But at the end of the day, I didn't get it. How many people are looking for this? Of all the things I passed on, I sort of think this might have been worth it for $1. Easy to sell. It's not going to break in shipping. So even if I only got 15 out of it, it probably was worth it. But anyways, I passed. So this was a Fisher-Price Rescue Heroes Firetruck. $2, which is cheap. Let you hear some of the sounds. So, it worked. It was really dirty. Doesn't show up that well, but it was really dirty. The axle here was out of place. I might have been able to push it back into place. It was missing some ladders and a little radar dish. It didn't seem like it was likely to be worth it. I'm sure I could make a couple bucks, but not worth the time and trouble. Need a big box to ship it, so I passed. So this is Play School Matchups, like little puzzle cubes. Looked at it because it was Play School, Sesame Street. $2 isn't bad in box, but as you're going to see here, it was not complete. I actually sorted through it to see if there was somewhere else, but they were not all there. Again, incomplete stuff tends not to be worth much, so I passed. So the next thing I saw was a Disney thing. So I'll often look at Disney unless it's brand new. This obviously has some age to it. It was puzzle cubes. It was this company I'd never heard of. Was it Clementoni, which actually is apparently known for puzzles. I wasn't aware of it. Took a look at it. Obviously, it had all the cubes. And as I got to the bottom, it had the different pictures, which are important because otherwise it's going to be real hard to do it. So it had all 6 puzzles, 3 on each side. You've got some good, Scrooge, Dumbo, Mickey, Donald. So it was only $1. So I decided to take this one. I think it might be worth about $25, hopefully. The handle's broken, but it's decent shape. So when I see something new in package that's old, I almost always look at it because, again, it's new, new stock. This is, again, one of those old metal cabinets, canceled check file. A little dirty, that would have cleaned up, but it was new, brand new, unused. I couldn't find something like it on eBay. I couldn't imagine people, are collecting these things to any degree, so I passed. So a toy like this will almost always catch my eye. I took a closer look at it. It's Playmobil. Again, I got a thing for Playmobil. I think they're really quality toys. You're going to see that all it is, I think it's from Pirates, but all it is the case. It's not worth much of anything. I know it cost only, I think, $1 or $2. It's just not worth it, though. So this is the Leapfrog. You see this all the time. This is a Leapfrog tag. It had 6 books in here. It had the pen. I didn't know if the pen worked. You're always taking a chance on that. I did look at the battery case. It was clean. It had 3 Disney books and the dinosaur book. I wasn't sure about it. I looked on eBay. It didn't look great. I ended up buying it for. I paid $3 for it. It might be worth 20. I almost bought it just because I was curious about it, and actually, it is really cool technology. But in terms of an investment, not a good one. I was always going to look at old games, bumper cars by Parker Brothers, Milton Bradley, Guess Who, classic companies. The Guess Who thing, again, probably not worth it a lot. Broken box, kind of got moldy, gross fungus on it. Passed on that. Bumper cars was a little better shape. They got the tape on there, which kills it because you try to take it off and it leaves marks. I passed on both. This was my next stop, Hope Outlet. I don't generally have a lot of luck here, but this time it worked out a lot better. So I saw this old box, 3D chess. I initially passed on it. You're going to see I'll come back to it, but it looked all plasticky, so I said, nah. So I kept looking, and then immediately saw these two things you're going to see in a second. This draw poker and this handy roulette, these handheld games from, I think, the 70s. They're from a company called Waco or Wacko. I think Radio Shack actually sold them. I wasn't as familiar with the roulette and wasn't quite as interested. The poker, I've seen things like that, and I've always thought they were cool. I've knew them as a kid. You're going to see that they're actually complete in box. That poker, again, it's actually like a heavy. It's plastic, but it's still a heavy duty. The battery case again was clean, so I was excited about that. And it had again the box. It had the instructions, so I thought, well, this is pretty decent. It's worth $5, so I decided to buy that. The roulette, again, didn't know as much, but again, as I open it up, you can see that it is complete. It's got the roulette table, so to speak, the directions, the game itself. It's got the chips, so it looks like it's complete. It had a little wear. The thing that's supposed to spin it seems stuck, but I was willing to give it a chance. Again, battery was clean. So I knew I was taking a chance, but I decided it was worth it, so I bought those. So I went back and looked at that chess thing. I looked at it on eBay. I thought I might be able to get $25 for it. And again, it was marked as $250. I had a coupon that gave me money off, so I probably paid about $1.50 for it. It was complete. I looked at the instructions. I had all the pieces there. They're not all scratched up. I had all the actual chess players. So I figured it's kind of cool and complete, box in good shape. I decided that that I would take it. So then I saw this GE flip clock. Flip clocks are something else. It lit up, and you can see that the dial did turn, flip the numbers, but I couldn't get the radio to work initially. The time never went on its own. A worker there attested. He said both worked. I did eventually get the radio to come up, but I could never get the time to switch on its own. It was, I forget, it was $10 or $15. I looked on eBay. There's one just like it that sold for $25. Shipping electronics is always a bit of an issue, and I couldn't imagine listing it saying, hey, it kind of works inconsistently, or it doesn't work, needs repair. Obviously, it's dirty. So I kind of reluctantly passed on it. It was cool, but it's not going to be worth it. Saw this super cool GE air organ. Kind of didn't work at first. Guy helped me. It got working. But again, it sounded cool. I had video of it. I don't know. I somehow lost it. You can hear it. It sounds really cool. But again, pain in the butt to ship. It had that sticker on the front there. I don't know who wants it. It's not worth that much. It costs at least 10 or 15. I might have gotten 30 out of it. Too much trouble. Not worth it. Passed. Again, reluctantly. Not a huge sports guy, but I saw this book, older football kind of stuff. You'll see it's from, I think, 86. I think it was $2. Lots of black and white, a little bit less exciting. But if you go to the back, there's some color of probably like Montana, Dwight Clark, Terry Bradshaw, Staubach. I think that's Unitas. Looked it up. It might be worth $5, $6. So again, passed. Not worth the trouble. All right, so here is my haul from today's shopping. I got this turtle thing. This is just for me. This was like $2.
Check. Zip. Start.
So I'm just curious about that. I won't even try to sell it. This is that Death at Home, the complete box set Manga, in very good shape. I bought it for $5. I think I could get at least 50 for it. So that's probably my best one, best find today. This is that Disney block puzzle set. Paid $1 for it, maybe 25. This is that tag from Leapfrog. Paid $3 for it. Maybe, we'll get 20 for it if I'm lucky. There's a bunch of books. It really depends if it works. These are 3 items from that different store. They were originally listed $5.5 and $2.50, but I had a coupon, so I paid $6.49 each. So, paid like $2.50, $2.50, and another, $1.50. So that's Chest in the Third Dimension, maybe 25. It's in pretty good shape. These 2 I'm not so sure I will sell, but if I did, again, it depends if they work. But maybe 20 each. But again, I may keep those. So the question is, would you buy it? And do you think you can make a profit off of that? And what thing did I pass on that you would not have passed on? You think I missed out on a big payday? All right, thanks for watching.